All right, let's roll. Welcome, U.S. tennis fans. This is another live stream by Miss It Tennis. We are going to talk a little bit tennis. We got day one of Indian Wells today. Thank God. We have just been fighting through the off season. Yeah, I know we get the Australian Open in January. We get a major in January, but it's almost like a fluke. Like, boom, and then everything kind of disappears again. So we fought through a slow February, kept tabs on people, and now we're starting the real deal, the U.S. Spring Swing. We've got, let's just go over, let's jump in. All right, let's go over to screen share and let's jump in by starting with the schedule and just taking a look at what we've got going on. Um, I'm also going to take a quick look and make sure that the stream is working correctly. Looks like it. Yep, there's okay. Um, so let's go back over to the schedule and see what we're dealing with, right? So we've got the winter, right? Basically, everything kind of ends up in late November, right? We got the ATP finals, WTA finals, Davis Cup finals, Billie Jean King Cup finals. Bang, bang, bang. And then break for December. And then all of a sudden, the Australian Open, a major in January. Then kind of slow. We did have, of course, the Sunshine Slam, the women's tour, the WTA, two 1,000 tournaments, only 1 week long though. So kind of like small field 1,000s, but good field 1,000s. Qatar and Dubai. the We didn't do too much there. We didn't lose too much ground, but it's just never easy for, I think, the Americans in the beginning, like in this like kind of beginning of the year. Certainly not for the women, because if you think about it, you've got to go to Australia at least a week and a half before to just get your body to acclimate to the time change. So usually people go to Australia really, as soon as they can after the holidays, basically. And then they play like a little uh, an exhibition match, or they play in a little 250. There's a Brisbane tournament. They have a couple little tournaments in here, so you can kind of just get acclimated. They don't even try that hard. Everything's in preparation so they can have their A game for the Australian, and then for the men's team, even this Davis Cup qualifier, you don't send your strongest team. We crushed Chinese Taipei, like. But if you think about it, so you're in Australia for almost all of for 2/3 of um, January for the men, and then you just get to come home and start training. There's like a South American swing. There's some options to stay busy, but it's been pretty slow as if you've tuned in or watched any of the videos on the men's side. Now the women's side, think about it. So you're in Australia here. You play the Australian Open, and now you go back to USA for 2 weeks and then go to Qatar? I don't think so. I mean, that's what they do. They basically have to decide whether to play some like crappy little tournament over in Asia and then go to the Middle East for these two 1,000s that they have to play. Or else, you're basically gone for 2 months, right? You're either in Australia or the Middle East or playing a tournament en route between the two. So, we never do good in the Sunshine Slam. We never do good in Qatar and Dubai because it's just so much. That part of the schedule is just so hard. But now we're back on home territory, right? We've switched to spring. It certainly has switched to spring here in Colorado. I don't know about where you're at, but we're dealing with 65 temps mid-afternoon already. And then, yeah, so we're back in the U.S. We've got Indian Wells, of course, in California. 2-week 1,000 tournament, men and women. And then we just hop a flight over to Florida and play Miami. Again, another 2 week or 1,000. Everybody's playing strong fields, of course. Sinner's not playing. We know why. He was cheating. He got caught cheating, and he has a 3-month suspension for being a cheater. But that just makes the fields interesting. Now, I was trying to get a little head start on today's stream by um, checking out the field in the draw last night, but unfortunately, it was a total failure. Oh, why is that person walking their dog with a mask on? Huh. It's like so nice out. It's like fresh air. The one place in the world where you don't have to wear a mask. Perhaps in their mind, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so anyways, what was I saying? So we got Indian Wells, we got I was trying to get a head start by like checking out the draw, but like Indian Wells has some sort of like Indian Wells, the Paribas Open. Yeah, BNP Paris. There it is. Okay, so they've got some. They wouldn't release the draw until today, so we're gonna have to look at this together, basically. So tournament details. I also noticed they had a pretty cool thing, like where you can. I'll do this later today. I won't waste streams time, but I think you can create an account on their tournament site, and then follow just the players you want. This just took me to the ATP Tour. Anyone else? Huh? So the ATP Tour. This is not where I was last night. It's then on the women's side. WTA. So WTA and ATP each have their own separate sites. That's weird. That's weird. Like they really need to do something to kind of marry these two tours together a little bit better. Like the Saudis got it right. Like what's it gonna take? Here's the money. But yeah, we got to figure it out. So, anyways, let's go find the draw somewhere. Where's the best place to do that? It's not the ATP or the WTA sites. No, you know what? Before we get into the draw, let's just quickly go over what happened last week because we did have two people do something for real, it looks like. So, it's weird. It's got the ATP version, but where's the WTA version? Like, it's not active. Okay, so let's see what happened down in Mexico. Mexico, Emma Navarro, 6-0, 6-0. She just like coasted through this thing. So let's take a quick look at the draw, see how she did it. So Navarro was the one seed down in Merida Open, that's in Mexico. So a quick little 250, just warming up for the U.S. Spring Swing, right, for Indian Wells in Miami. And it's not a great, a super tough field. You see, you got another American here, Sloane Stevens, but pretty diverse field. And that's it. Um, and Stevens lost her first match. She was a wild card, and she lost to a qualifier. Navarro just kind of walked through. Let's see if anybody even gave her a problem. So she gets the bye. She gets Martic 6-1, 6-2. She gets Sanmez 6-4, 6-2. She gets Avanesian. So not even the best seeds were making it through here. She gets her 6-3, 6-3, and then she wins the final 6-0, 6-0. So perfect. That's great what she wants to do. Now, I've been watching a couple of her matches this year, and I think we need to have a longer conversation about this sometimes because here's where I kind of am with Emma Navarro. She's one of my favorite players to watch play. She just gets so much. She's so efficient. She gets every last lick of power out of her strokes because she is her technique is just so good, but she doesn't have the height and weight to hit with the big hitters. Am I saying something crazy? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing with the eye test. So that's where I'm at with her. Like I said, we'll have a bigger conversation. But she couldn't have done that. This is exactly what she needed to do for this tournament, loading into Indian Wells. So, and there's one other tournament that we should also take a look at, and that was the Austin, Texas, another 250. So that was a 500 actually down there in Mexico. So she coasted through 6-0, 6-0 in a 500 final. Well, that's why she bumped up two in the rankings, which we'll take a look at also. So the other one is this Pegula versus McCartney Kessler. That's a 250 in Austin, Texas, and we had, a larger field, right? Of we got Pegula in there. We've got let's see. I'm not familiar with her Pulu. She was a wild card. We've got Katie Volnetz working into a 7 seed, no less. So she got seeded there. Good job. She's not even in our top 50, but she got a 7 seed. Huh. So that goes to tell you this is not much of a field here. You got Dolehide in there. You got Peyton Stearns, the 3 seed. Looks like she lost in the first round. Jeez. But McCartney Kessler, the 5 seed, that's the one that we should just spend a quick couple minutes on because she won all the way into the finals here and then lost to Pegula. But she scraped, scraped together enough points with all of these wins. She made our top 50. We've got another new USA woman in the top 50. So let's go check that out real quick. But let's finish this up. Let's just take a quick look at how this worked out. So basically, Pegula just rolled through. Did anyone even 6-3-3-2 retire? 6-1-6-3, 6-2-6-2. Oh, she lost a set here against Tomljanovic. And then straight sets, McCartney Kessler in the final. Peyton Stearns, let's take a quick look and see what she did. Lost in the first round. Boo. Dolehide put together a couple wins. She's always just outside of the top 50. We could see her return if she puts together a couple good tournaments, even at the 250 and 500 level. But ultimately, that's what we're looking at there. So that's, and the men, we just didn't have anybody playing anyway. So let's not worry about that. So now what we got to do is we're gonna have to get the tournaments by going over here because since the first, it's probably not in the list, right? The WTA version of the BMP Paribus is not in the list because there's probably not been an actual match yet. Okay, let's go to March. There we are. Paribus ATP. It's not the only one actually. So let's just go. Where's the Paribus WTA? Go straight to Miami. That is weird. Huh. Well, let's just take a look at it here. Okay, so they put them to. No, this is only men's. Fuck. All right, well, let's take a look at the men's draw for now. Tournament information not yet available. Unbelievable. So that's why I was coming over to their site because, like, where is the draw? So let's go Indian Wells. Let's figure out what I did last night. There we go. Draws. Sure. Draws will be released March 3rd. So we still have no draw. Well, that sucks. So we don't know the field even. So one way we might be able to figure this out. Let me see what we got here. Let's go over to Tennis Abstract. And let's go into, what do I want to do over here? Looks like they moved some stuff around. Okay, let's go into live rankings, women and men. I think this will tell us where they're playing. Current, they're not loaded up. So basically all this data is behind. Ah, that sucks. Well, that's going to make for a shittier stream than I had planned because I had hoped to go through. So let's do this. Maybe we switch gears a little bit. And let's get McCartney Kessler's page up. Let's see if it's in there, first of all. So let's see what we got over here. Let's go into the guide. We love a guide. These are not updated, but that's fine. The question is, do we have... at one point in time, my camera was perfectly centered on that right column, but all right now, oh well. Do we have Ashton Kruger, Peyton Stearns, Sophia Kennan, who just made it in last week, archived. Oh, you know what? We got to talk about Marcus Thuram. Because guess what? He's not archived anymore. He made it in too. I forgot to tell you guys. Let's move him back up, and I'll show you. Marcus Thuram just snuck right back into the top 50. Okay, so Nakashima is about 35th, and Duran is like 47th. But let's take a look here. So, the Matrix. Yes, let's go over to the men's side. Here's what happened last week. So, none of the men really played, so everybody kind of just held their spots. Shelton ended up going up 2 spots. That was interesting. I looked into it because, like, how did he go up 2 spots without playing? Holger Rune and Jack Draper both lost 150 points last week, and he only had 50 points knocked off. So he actually gained 100 on those two guys. They fell behind him, and so he gained 2 spots. But really, he could lose those 2 spots just as easily. Everybody else kind of sees the same. But if you look at, it looks like in February 10th was the last time Duran was in the top 50, right? He spent 2 weeks out, but now he's back at 48. He made it in. Good job, Marcus Duran. And here's Kessler. Kessler was actually in at some point in time also. Somewhere in here, I think. Yeah. She got into 47th for a second, and then this year even fell back out, and now she's back in at 48. So you see, we got Kennan coming in last week, or last week, and then so there is a lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20% of the top 50 players in the world, women's WTA Tour, are Americans. Not bad. It's a lot to kind of keep track of. And a couple times I thought maybe I should just do the top 40 or the top 25 or whatever, right? Just limit it so I don't have to keep tabs on so many players. But that would suck. I like following these people that are a little bit further down and seeing how they can do. We're going to watch a lot of tennis. Let's do that. Let's give you a quick update on how I'm going to treat March. We're going to fucking roll. I'm going to try to stream every day in March. Or for the next 4 weeks for these 2 American tournaments. And I'm not doing it because I think it's necessarily the right cadence. It might not be. Maybe, only Grand Slams do we go every day. But I think if I do it every day and I've got the time this March to do it, I think that I should, I think I'll get better. I think I'll be better at the end of March at streaming than I am right now at the beginning of March if I do it every day. So that's the plan. Um, what else is worth looking at today? Oh, let's take a look at the. That's what we were gonna do. We were gonna go make another one for. So yeah, let's go down here to Kennan. Let's copy and paste that. So now we got 2 Kennans, but let's get. I think it's McCartney, Kessler. Ay. There's another one I had to make smaller in this mobile. What size are you? 42. So 42. Yeah, that fits it in. McCartney Kessler. Okay, obviously we. Oh yeah, we were talking about does Sophie Kennan even deserve to be in here? I don't know. Right? Remember our hometown, Moscow, Russia? Donald Trump's best buddies. Um. Okay, so McCartney Kessler. Let's just get the information on her loaded up. There she is, McCartney Kessler. Okay, what do we got here? 5'9". Okay, country sports, United States, age 25, Calhoun, Georgia. Georgia's a pretty big tennis state too. It's warm. Calhoun, Georgia. Age 25, I think I remember. What's the turned pro? That might be over at abstract or no? Highest ranking 47. Current rank 47. All right, where's some more of this information? She made it to. She's really not that accomplished, huh? 140 to 73. She's winning twice as many matches. Prize money 760. All right, there's not much information to go here. We're gonna put her at around 1 million for career prize. We don't know her coach. We don't have that, so I think we might be able to find out some of this stuff Over at our favorite place, Tennis Abstract. Kessler. Current rank 48, peak rank 47. Wow, Elo rank 18. That means she's beaten some good players, basically. If your Elo gets way higher than your actual rank, it means you've been beating good players and not getting enough credit for it. Okay, so she's 48, whatever. Okay, it started. Let's do a quick little Getty images, see if we can find one of her. And then we can basically, what's a good one for her? How about, I like this one. So we're going to comp this one. And then what we can do is pull it in over here. File, let's see here. Insert image, upload from computer, Getty images. And then the way I do this is I move it here, move it here, move it here. And then we skinny them up. You're welcome. I just made you skinnier because they don't quite fit perfectly. So anyways, that's fine. We've now got on McCartney Kessler. Leave a comment down below. Is Sophia Kenin an American tennis player or not? She's like born in Russia. She lives here now most of the year, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we know what McCartney Kessler is. What is her exact rank right now? I just moved around. 48. Okay. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you open anymore. Let's get you right. Current rank 48. Highest ranked 47th. We do not know her coach. She turned pro. We do not know when. I will look that stuff up on my own time. What else? I still can't believe that draw is out. Isn't out. Like, does ESPN even have today's matches listed? Let's go. Like this browser. I gotta go to a different browser for this. Okay, so let's do this. I know you can't see this right now, but I'm just checking ESPN to see if they've even loaded up today's matches in the tennis score section. Nope, nothing. Paribus Open, just like totally behind the eight ball. They've got to have matches going today. All right, let's go back over. We'll take a quick look. Let me go back over to this one where you guys are at. And what we will do is we'll take a quick look, see if we can find more stuff here. Like this has got, oh, these are qualifiers though. Today, March 3rd. And then they have nothing listed. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. Allow of is in the site. Let's not get that. Okay, this is what I saw, right? You can set your own players. That's good. Monday's order of play. Full slate of matches on qualifying day 2. Maybe it's still the part of the qualifying. Maybe because they're 2-week long tournaments, they don't stress out on fitting everything in and they give the qualifying rounds an extra day, Monday. Because the draw's still not out. The order of play. Yeah, these are all qualifying matches. Okay, so these are probably the final qualifying matches. So all these matches today, men's qualifying round 1. Okay, I didn't realize it. It looks like they start the qualifying tournament. So maybe the real matches don't start for a day or 2. Okay. That's fine. That's fine for now. And it just blanks them out. Huh, interesting. Okay, so that's all we can do for now. Regarding this, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's worth just kind of putting on the record. No, That's it. So let me go back over to my big cam and figure out some sort of closing here. It'd be nice if I could close these out the same way all the time. Yeah, let me just put some thought in it. So I switch over to the big camera and say, hey, thanks U.S. tennis fans for joining. I'm DeSquinch signing off from Miss Tennis. We will be back tomorrow to talk more about this shit. And if there's no matches and there's nothing to talk about tomorrow, I'll just figure out something to talk about for like 5 minutes and then we'll just make it a super short one. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great day.